this video, you'll learn about the differences between primary, secondary, and tertiary sources. What are source types? Source types are based on the degree of separation between the source itself and the origins of the information it contains. Source types are generally used to determine whether the author is reporting first-hand information or conveying information, thoughts, and experiences of others. Primary sources are those sources closest to the origin of information. They record information as it occurs or as it is first established or discovered. Primary sources can include research-based scholarly journal articles, news reports, letters, interviews, and autobiographies. Primary sources come in many different forms, so let's take a look at some examples. On this slide, you can see some examples of different types of primary sources. Moving clockwise from the left, we have the painting Weeping Woman with Handkerchief by Pablo Picasso, archaeologist Howard Carter's drawing of a statue of Anubis from King Tutankhamun's tomb, Mark Twain's autobiography, which was written in the early 1900s but not published until 2010, 100 years after his death, a scientific study on COVID-19 from the journal PLOS One, and the front page of the New York Times on September 12, 2001. Secondary sources are one degree removed from the origin of information. They analyze, summarize, or interpret primary sources. They can include textbooks, reviews, criticisms, and biographies. Here are some examples of secondary sources. We have an organic chemistry textbook, a review of the book Bitterroot, The Life and Death of Meriwether Lewis from the journal The Historian, a book on Dolly Parton's life and work called She Come By It Natural by Sarah Smarsh, a collection of critical essays on Shakespeare's Julius Caesar, and a literature review from an academic journal. Literature reviews are considered secondary sources because they do not perform any original research, but discuss the existing literature on a specific topic. As you can see, these are all books and articles written about other primary sources: books, music, plays, and scientific studies. Tertiary sources are the final source type. These sources index, compile, or organize other sources. They can include, but aren't limited to, directories, guidebooks, databases, and bibliographies. Here are some examples of tertiary sources. We have the Literary Research Guide, which provides a directory of reference sources in the study of English literature, an annotated bibliography of English language accounts of the Russian Empire, and finally, one of Columbus State Library's research guides. These guides are web pages created by librarians that collect and organize resources on specific topics to guide students in their research. Thanks very much for watching, and remember, you can always get in touch with the Columbus State Library for research help.